The other really important language after gesture and breathing is a language of sounding. And sounding, of course, reflects the different gestures of our life. So, for example, there's really 3 main gestures, and they're pairs. So we have the gesture of levity when we're really happy and we're up there, and the gesture of gravity when the world's overwhelming us and it's too heavy. And when we're back in our balance, where we can communicate from the heart, we have balance. We have the gesture of holding. It's fine to go into levity and excitement and mania, and it's fine to feel that you need to go down in your burden, but you've always got to come back to the heart before you communicate from the heart. There's a gesture of expansion. I can do it all. I can take it all in. Nothing is too much. But if you get stuck there, you end up in chronic fatigue, exhaustion, burnout. Then there's a gesture of contraction, of depression. There's no space for me in the world. It's all too small. I can't breathe. I just have to be here. To go back to the health of the heart, we need to have the gesture of being able to stand and breathe freely, breathing in, breathing out. This is the gesture in which the heart can truly be emotionally literate. We can't be literate when we're out here grabbing and stretching and trying to do more and working 24/7 and another project and another idea. Or when we're contracted and shrunk and uncertain that we could do anything at all. And the other pairs of gesture are what we call the concave and the convex. They're a bit harder to show, but they also is when you miss the language of the heart. The concave, it's all about me, all for me. I can do it all for me. The narcissistic gesture is the gesture in which nothing exists really except as I can use it. The opposite is the gesture of the concave, where you're drawn in, hollowed out. I have no value, I have no worth. Please help me. Neither of these states enable us to communicate from the heart. To communicate from the heart, we need to be able to stand and breathe and reach out from the heart. Not stuck in levity or gravity or expansion or contraction or the convex or the concave. And of course, sounds then become the languages of the heart. You know, when we're exhausted, it's ee, or ah, when we can't reach enough. Oh, when we're reaching too high. Oh, when we're falling to the ground. And so all of the time, because we're energetic, our body gives out a pattern of sound. We're like a walking musical composition, every one of us. And if our sounds are low and depressed and sad, they prevent us truly being able to reach out from the heart. And if our sounds are very overly earthy, then we're creating blocks between people and those we love. And so the sounds of our bodies enable us to be emotionally literate, or they close us down. So it's very, very important that we develop a balance in our sound. Too much earth, we need a little bit of uplifting light, a few oh. It's important to know that the vowel sounds, they lift our spirits, they open our hearts, they open our spirits. But alone they can take us up and out. We need some earth sounds to be on the ground. D, d, b, b. So sound, think about how your body sounds as it walks. How does your heart sound? And we have so many sayings in English. My heart is full of a joyful sound, or my heart is full of heavy sounds, or my heart is bursting with sounds. And of course, sound is all around us every moment of the day. And then of course, in addition to sounding our other great languages of the human heart and the human body, is our capacity to manifest these things in what we do through the arts. The real importance of being able to engage in expressing our feelings through colour, and actually the way we dress, the way we feel the world, the way we visualise things around us. If we hold visual images of the positive, of the uplifting, of the healthy, then our hearts will be strong and vibrant, and we will be able to reach out to others. If our images are broken, then our heart too will hold broken images. It's important to transform the brokenness of our heart through breathing in images that are positive, uplifting, inspiring, give us a sense of our strength, of our courage, of our ability in the world to overcome limitations and obstacles, and most of all, of our ability to connect with others, even in moments of difficulty. And so our visual imagery around us is so important. The imagery we create from within us and we give out to the world. This is absolutely critical, because without positive, alive, colourful imagery, our heart starts to collapse and our emotional literacy starts to die. Then expressing through the arts, not just through colour, but through sculpting, creating images with our hands, whether we be weavers, whether we be carpenters, whether we be artists, whether we like to work with clay or sand or colour. We need to create the forms through the movement of our bodies that bring to our heart a sense of connectedness, of warmth, of compassion, of joy, because the heart lives on warmth. And the languages of the heart need a way to express themselves. As director of Sophia College, I've been really committed to bringing these languages to the world. And I've just written a book, Emotional Literacy, The Languages of the Heart. And this book has countless exercises based around the non-verbal skills of sensing, of breathing, of sounding, of gesturing, of visualising, and of creating artistic shapes and forms, not as artists but as human beings communicating with our own hearts. These languages are very critical for children and adults, and this book is full of great ideas for parents, children and adults, of languages of the non-verbal sort that can start to heal your heart and the heart of your children and those around them. 2-minute exercises, easy to do, but touching and bringing back into our human culture the non-verbal languages of emotional literacy, which are our first languages of the heart.